Want to stop juggling spreadsheets, calendars, and a dozen apps just to run your rentals? Lodgify makes it easy. It's an all-in-one toolkit for hosts. Build a direct booking website, automate guest messaging, and keep all your channels in sync. Running your rental business your way has never been simpler. And for Good Morning Hospitality listeners, you can get 20% off any yearly plan with code GMH20. Just check the link in the show notes to get started today.
What's up, Good Morning Hospitality listeners? You are listening to our special hotelier edition of Good Morning Hospitality, and we want to give you a message from our partners at Sojo. Now, we have partnered with Sojo.
Oh,
we are here.
We are here.
Live. See, live shows, sometimes a little technical difficulty.
Are we actually going to be able to put our little commercial break here at the beginning for Sojo?
I don't think so. But we'll give a shout out to Sojo, a fantastic piece of software and products for vacation rentals. You get things on demand.
Well,
our company loves it at Tangy Management. Sojo, huge shout out to you because I know you're providing amenities that are on demand for people that work in the vacation rental world, and it is a great product. Shout out to you all, Sojo.
Awesome. Thank you for finishing that. You definitely,
I don't sound as good as Will Slickers, but I can make sure that our sponsors know how much we care about them.
I love it. I love it. We also had some fun music that we were going to start off the show with. So, but yeah.
It's all good. But listen, we are here. That's why we're pros here, you and I.
Exactly. Well, first of all, definitely want to open this up to everybody that is joining us live. Where are you joining from? Let us know in the comments. Hopefully we can see where everybody is tuning in from. I am in what will be sunny Los Angeles. As you can see, the sun is rising. It might rise up over my face. That's
how I knew we were getting better and better as the show went on because it was getting brighter and brighter in that room. And live here from Miami, Florida. And so for the roll call, we'd love knowing where you're at from. Last week, we had people from all over the world. It's so cool to see who's listening.
It's always cool to see. So as you guys are joining us, please tune in. Let us know. We got Tampa, Miami. Ooh, the Intercontinental Miami.
Oh, big fan of Intercontinental Miami. Was just there. Shout out to Nina and Zed, who runs the beach. Zed runs Boucher Brothers here on Miami Beach. So fantastic company as well.
I mean, awesome. All good stuff. Definitely. London. This is exciting. Very cool. Well, we have a jam-packed show for today, and we were talking a little bit about it in the background. Some interesting topics that are going on, but I think that they're also necessary topics as well too. I mean, in LA, this is interesting. There's been a whole thing that's been trying to be passed as far as hotels housing the homeless. Hyatt is now entering the home rental game. Delta regretting their SkyMiles change. All sorts of good stuff. So, look, we got Cyprus. Coming to LA in 2 weeks. Welcome. I'll make sure that it still stays sunny for you. Oh yeah. We got Germany. Oh my God, this is amazing.
Dallas, keep it coming, guys. We love seeing where everyone's coming from. It's amazing to see the support we're getting on this show.
Very cool.
We keep it going.
We'll
be putting your names up on there. But yeah, I think we've got an interesting show. Might get a little political today. Maybe we'll be rubbing some people the wrong way, but we're here for it, right?
Oh my, Steve, you were so uncomfortable. You're like, whoa, we're getting political. Not that political. I mean, here and there, but these are important things that are actually happening in the industry, and they are important to all of us. Mm-hmm. So that's why we wanted to kind of talk about it. So you ready to dive into this first topic, which is actually about what's going on in Los Angeles?
Yeah, this is your hometown, so I think you kick it off. I'd love to hear it, and I got some opinions for you.
Good. I have opinions too. Okay, so for those that might know or might not know, I'll be honest, I even live here, and I was surprised that this is still happening because I remember this first being brought up probably about a year and a half ago. That there are some individuals in Los Angeles County that have proposed a plan for housing the homeless in hotels. And we're not talking about like just mediocre hotels. We're talking about all hotels. And this is insane to me. And this is still, apparently they're going to do the major vote on this in March. Obviously, as you can imagine, there's been a lot of pushback on this, certainly from hospitality people. And I will say this, as I have, I've got a lot of homeless people. The homeless problem in Los Angeles, it's a problem. I might even say it could be worse than San Francisco, but nobody's trying to like take that crown. So it is definitely an issue, but putting homeless people in hotels next to paying customers that are paying $800, $1,000 a night, just to me is bogus. Not only is it that, obviously you have the safety of the hotel workers. What are you going to do? Are they going to kick them out? Like they had proposed this like weird lottery system. How are you telling the homeless people what hotel they're going to go to? Are you going to text them? Do they have cell phones? Like that's why to me, I've always been like, this isn't going anywhere. It's the logistics of it alone are impossible. To me, it's one of those things to create hype, get people get their panties in a bunch, so to speak, because it logistically could never happen. And it's weird too because it's being supported by one of the unions here as well too, which I'm like, okay, like everybody calm down. Like what's going So you're there, you're just smiling and nodding. I got to hear what you got to say about this.
Well, for all the listeners here, what it looked like to me and what it sounds like is you've worked in operations. I've worked in operations. I have not worked in union hotels, but I have friends that work in union hotels. And it sounds like to me that this is a union that is trying to make a lot of noise saying, hey, hotels and hoteliers, some of our employees, you're not paying enough. So they're homeless. And since they're homeless, they should live in these hotels where they work. Or why don't we do all the homeless while we're at it and start to get these headlines going to really shine a light on their union members who they say are not making enough and they're demanding, $5 more an hour at the bottom line or across the board for all these people without a true plan. And, it's going to be interesting to see if the union can shake up the hoteliers that way. But that's where it's hard to run a business. I run multiple businesses, and I can only imagine if one of them had a union come in because I wasn't taking care of the employees well enough and treating them well. That's when they go seek help for people to really fight for them. And so this might be that tactic to shine a light on saying,
it's completely
hey, hoteliers, we're going to make your life miserable. And we're going to say that we're going to be raising this bill that thousands of people have signed off on to get homeless people in there. But let's just say it does happen. If it were to go down that road, right, it's going to be crazy because you and I are not trained on how to handle a homeless person. And sometimes there are people who just have a rough time in life and they become homeless and they are fighting to get back out of it. But then there's the others that maybe have a mental illness that just don't have the right support around them. Or there's people who are bad people that, have done criminal activity and are addicted to drugs. We're not trained to take care of that. So I don't know how you could put that in front of us where I have trouble handling someone who's angry that their table isn't ready at the time that they made a reservation, right? Those are very big extremes. But like we were talking about before is, listen, if I own a hotel and maybe I would like this plan and you're going to pay me a certain amount and I could have the right kind of support and the right staff, maybe that's a business opportunity for somebody, right? It could be. But I don't want to be forced to go this route. It might be something that someone say, you know what? I have an extended stay hotel that's not performing well, and maybe I can transition this into something for the homeless with your support and the right people. But to do it where you and I have worked would be a disaster.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, it's and by the way, I don't know if this was already shared as I was looking at another screen, but Zed actually wrote in, and I don't know how you know this, Zed. 94% of homeless people have cell phones. That's amazing.
Sounds very specific stat here, Zed.
That's a very specific. Also, my question: where do they charge it? I don't know. I guess you could charge it at Starbucks.
Anywhere.
Well, I guess. I don't. And by the way, I say that, and I don't mean to sound insensitive at all. Because I love, by the way, how you, Steve, how you brought up all the different reasons why people can be homeless. It's obviously a very serious matter, and something that I do firmly believe that we should be able to provide the support. Providing it in like luxury hotels.
Yes.
Okay. Like, come on, everybody.
Can I give you a story that I saw in the New York Post, though?
Yeah.
What I thought was really cool. So a former event director, I got to send you the link.
Okay.
Right? became addicted to drugs and was very successful, like put on big shows in New York and figured out he could live in luxury hotels without anyone noticing because he was always dressed so nice from his prior life. And he would
Okay.
sleep in ballrooms at the St. Regis and at the Mandarin Oriental and at these luxury hotels because no one bothered him because he was walking around with like a Louis Vuitton luggage and he looked the part. He would hang out in the lobby during the day, sleep in the back of house, under
Wow.
chairs and under tables. So he was homeless and he made it happen. So I just thought that was an interesting story I read having coffee
That
over
is
the
a crazy
weekend.
story. But I mean, look, I mean, with the right amount of wherewithal, it's amazing what you can get done and what you can do. So,
Yes.
but yeah, it's and by the way, just even like touch on what the big argument is, specifically with that union. Again, I did not work at a union hotel. Like right now, so in the last year, they actually raised the minimum wage to $25 an hour, specifically for hotels in
Wow.
Los Angeles. And they're trying to increase it from 25 to 30. So
Yeah, so it's like
I get
65,000 a year for entry level is a lot. I don't
yeah, yeah,
know
and
how
I
you'd
get it.
sustain that.
It's a very gosh, it's crazy. It's tough. Understand all aspects of it. It's like you definitely people need to make enough money to live for sure. It is super expensive here. That's also, you're asking for a big restructuring from hotels to like real. I mean, their labor costs go up across the board. They just
Mhm.
did a huge hike. So it's like, okay, now we're doing it again. So it's all challenging all the way around. I mean, I'm not saying that there's one way or another around it. But yeah, that's a little bit more backstory. And it's also interesting to hear those numbers as well, too, just for other people in other parts of the world. But those are the specific things that they're kind of fighting for. So that's a little bit of that.
Yeah, so listeners, I mean, on this one, you can give it just a thumbs up or a thumbs down on your vote. Like, how would you vote for this? I'm curious. You don't have to
Yeah.
give us the whole thing, but in the comments, just give a thumbs up or a thumbs down if you think this would work in your hotel.
Would you, yes, be open to housing the homeless in your hotel, wherever
Mhm.
you are in the world? Let us know. So now this is interesting. A little bit.
Oh.
I know that you're going to have a lot to say about this. Hyatt, kind of exciting. Hyatt is the next out of sort of the big hotel chains that they are ramping up their focus on short-term rentals, home rentals. They are going to be launching, I love this name, Homes and Hideaways by World of Hyatt. So I think that's it's clever. And I mean, keep in mind, we saw obviously in Homes and Villas was launched in 2019 by Marriott. That was even before the pandemic. They obviously doubled down in 2020. And Accor did Apartments and Villas. They started that in 2020 as well. Okay, Steve, you're just grinning here, biting at the bit here. I got to hear what your thoughts are on this.
Well, I love it. I think it's amazing to see. And I think many of us called that this would happen because
Mhm.
it's all about where people are voting with their dollars, right?
Yeah.
And there are things that people want hotels for, and there's things that people want homes for. And I had this conversation back in 2016 when I had my first short-term rental company. Hotel people started screaming at me, "How could you? How dare you? You're going against us with the enemy." And I said, "Guys, this is the future.
No.
Hotels are
Yeah.
going to have branded residences. They're going to have homes that match the standards, and people want to live that lifestyle. And
Yeah.
sometimes they want to stay at the Nobu Hotel. Other times they want to stay in the Nobu restaurant. Other times they want to go to the Nobu Villa. And they're
Yeah.
going to live the lifestyle they want to live." So I
Totally.
love seeing this. And the challenge will be is how they can keep the standards in place that the Hyatt
Mhm.
hotels are used to offering their guests. Because I
Completely.
consult with Hyatt hotels, and they have
Oh.
a diehard fan base that are loyal to that brand, and they use their
Mhm.
points across the brand, and they expect certain things when they're staying at those hotels, especially when you
Mhm.
get to the upper tiers,
Of
which we'll talk about
course.
later with like airlines. So I'm curious to see how they're going to do this with the homes because
Yeah.
it will be an interesting challenge. So for the Hyatt hotels, if you need any help, Sarah and I are here to help you if you need anything.
Yes, we are, especially if it comes anything to service, we can definitely help
Mhm.
with that. But I love that you brought this up because I've been a big supporter of, being a hotelier for so many years. I was always a big supporter of the home rental space from very early on because my argument always was it's like at the end of the day, it's increasing options for people to stay at. It's promoting and supporting the travel industry. And
Mhm.
just because, let's say you're a hotel, and maybe somebody opted to stay in a home rental instead of your hotel, there's still, if you have the right offerings in the rest of your space, like maybe you've got that cool iconic restaurant where they can come for lunch, or maybe you're offering a day pass, something like resort pass or something like that, where they can come to your pool, or you've got this fun bar, rooftop bar. If you also invest in your common areas and the other outlets that you have, you're also able to attract these people because they're going to want to go out to eat. They're going to want to go to a cool place for a drink. So it's not all lost. It actually almost increases your net as far as people coming to your property, and those people wouldn't necessarily even be staying there, and they might take a picture and post it on social media, and boom, and all of that. So I think it's something that it's always been something that we should look at as a way of like working together, because the more options that we can give to people as far as places to stay, from the low end to the high end, whatever the price point, those are people that are going to be coming to our destinations, and they're going to be spending money, and that's just we're all going to rise together. So I've always been a fan. And it's interesting to see the hotels. It's only obvious that the hotels are going to have been continuing to dive in on this. So
Yep.
not a surprise, but
I
cool
think
to
we're
see.
you're going to see more and more of it, right? Because we see residences just where I live. The Edition hotels building their first Edition residences, and I'm curious. They haven't announced yet if they're going to allow short-term rental in there, so it'll be interesting to see how that works. But the other part I'm curious about is, how do they standardize things in the homes, right? It's very difficult.
Yeah.
Marriott has had some trouble because they let a flood of homes come in and then
Mhm.
had a lot of bad reviews under the Marriott name. Like, how could you let this home into your brand? So it's not
Yeah.
like someone's coming around and inspecting every single home and getting eyes
It's
on it. They
tough.
have different checklists you have to fill out and photos you have to submit. So it will be curious, but I would love it to get to a point where similar amenities, like you have a welcome amenity from Hyatt or
Yeah.
something cool that would be waiting for you just because you decided to choose a Hyatt home over a Airbnb or VRBO channel that you're
Mhm.
booking on. But I love it. I love seeing this continue on. And I'll say this: when I got yelled at I told you back in 2016, and my answer was, "Hey, American Express has teamed up with Airbnb, and so now people are using their points to go. It's not going to stop." And here we are, 7 years later, and it's going to continue on. So if you're in hotels and don't have a game plan for this, you should. And the ones getting into it, just make sure you figure out how you're going to keep up all these
Yeah.
individual hosts to the standards you want your guests to experience.
Absolutely, absolutely. I mean, again, I think it's ultimately it's a great option to have, and that sort of standardizing of the service is so tricky. It's hard to do in a hotel.
Yeah.
It's hard to do in a hotel, but as I always say, for hotels, and then also taking that concept into home rentals, it all comes down to training. If you have proper training, anybody that you bring in under the fold, um, if they have proper training, they know what to do. You're giving them the tools and the expectations. So you're on the same page as far as the expectations, as far as what they should be delivering, what the guests are expecting. So definitely do not skip on training at all, at all, at all. I swear that changed my whole career. I was so thankful that I started my hotel experience by having exceptional training, and I took it with me all throughout my life.
Mm-hmm.
So definitely, properties of all types, do not skip on training. It's
Yes.
important.
I agree with you 1,000%. And for custom amenities to be scalable, you can use our sponsor, Sojo. Just making sure you got that out there, everybody.
Love that. Thank you for adding that bit in there. Okay, let's shift gears to travel topics. So we didn't talk about this the first time that it kind of happened, but we have to like kind of address it. The Delta, the Delta debacle, the Delta debacle.
I like that.
Da,
It's a good
da,
title.
da. That is, I should have called it that. A clever. They're returning to the gate to tweak their frequent flyer program. So, for those that remember, a couple weeks back, I think it was really only like 3 weeks back or so, 3 or 4. They said that they were going to implement new changes to their frequent flyer program. And by the way, I am Delta Diamond. I am part of their program, and I remember seeing it and being like, no way I can participate in that. And by the way, for frame of reference, last year I did 45 trips. 45 trips. And if one
Wow.
can be doing 40, that's a lot of travel.
That's a
Okay.
lot.
If one is doing 45 trips and you're looking at this new sort of restructuring and you're looking at it and being like, there's no way I can be to that elite status.
Mhm.
Like that's tough. That's crazy. That's, to me, that's kind of crazy. But yeah. First of all, Steve,
Yes.
are I feel like because you're in Miami, you're probably more of an American guy. Is that right?
I'm American guy. I'm American Airlines, but I flew Delta recently, which I liked. I think
Mhm.
they have great customer service.
Good.
And I'm curious for the listeners out there, and leave us in the comments if you fly
Yeah.
Delta. Let us know and what you think about this, because we can put it up here on the screen. But I'm sure somewhere in an office, just like they sit at executive meetings in hotels, they're like, we're getting a lot of complaints. The feedback is not good. How can we fix this? And they looked at, all right, we're going to take care of the top spenders. Let's take care of our top spenders because they're the
Sure.
ones who spend the most. But that might not be as the majority, right? And so all these people who made all these promises, like you, who flies 45 times a year,
Yeah.
they forgot about you. And
Yeah.
so now they didn't realize the backlash that was going to come. And now you can see that backlash not only internally,
Crazy.
but
Yeah.
online, social media, news articles, all the hate. But the CEO
So
stepped up and said, we made a mistake. We made a mistake.
so this is what blows my mind. Like, you've got a company as big as Delta. Okay.
Mhm.
How were there no internal checks and balances, like, as they came up with this like new restructuring? Do you really mean to tell me that whoever was in that boardroom was like, this is all great, this makes sense? I understand how they maybe came to the conclusions of the tiers, because it was probably just simply based off of structure of spend. And I get that. I totally get that. And I understand that the lounges are full. Also, their partnerships with credit card programs also
Mhm.
invites a lot more people. I 100% get it. But I do find it a little interesting that they went like so far in one direction that there was nobody internally that was like, hey, might be a little
Too
bit too
aggressive.
drastic. Yeah, I don't know. But I mean,
That's all it comes
it's,
down to. You're right. I would love to be a fly on the wall the
yeah.
day after and be like, I told you
Yeah,
this
yeah,
was going to happen.
exactly.
And you didn't
Yeah,
listen. But I see like how Yuki loves Delta, and then Arnaldo says never Delta, only
yeah, yeah.
American
I
or
mean,
United. So
look, at the
everyone's
end of the
got
day, yeah.
their airlines they love or hate. I hate flying, so I try to do everything I can not to fly somewhere.
Really? Wait,
So
hold on,
I used
Steve.
to like it, but then
Okay,
it's never on time. They're
okay.
always switching
That's
the
why you
gates
hate
left
it.
on me, left and right.
I thought we
Right?
were
I
about to do
can't
some
depend on it.
psychoanalysis here.
No, I don't mind flying and being on a tube in the air, going to somewhere magical, right? But it's someone said it the other day, and I kind of feel like it now. It's just a bus with wings, and they're trying to figure out how to make it, make as much money possible off every seat, and it doesn't feel like a special experience anymore.
I mean, at the end of the day, it's hard to make anything at volume feel like a special experience. So, I mean, it's like I do believe that they're trying their best, all these different airlines, with the tools at hand.
But
So,
some of the Middle Eastern and European airlines, you feel like, wow, you really care about me. Look at this little to-me piece of
100%.
luggage
Well,
that you give me, and look at this cool snacks you've given me, and all this special treatment by the stewardess. I think it goes back to your thing of training, just making sure you're anticipating needs and making sure people are happy. And I don't
absolutely.
know if Delta did that, so it looks like they're going to fix it as best they can. So we'll see what Delta does.
We will see. We will see if I still end up being diamond. By the way, so like to give you guys just an idea as far as like these tiers, basically like for platinum and medallion. So like just look at just the top two tiers, or even actually all of them. So they were proposing that you'd basically have to spend 6,000 just to get to the basic
Right.
silver medallion tier, which is a lot of money. Because keep in mind, yes, prices of flights are going up, but like if you're buying main cabin tickets, they might only be 350, 450, maybe 750 before taxes, and they're counting the part before taxes. Gold medallion $12,000, platinum medallion $18,000, diamond $35,000. It was all I could do. Last year, I think I had to spend 18,000 to become diamond. And with all of my flights, it was all I could do to eke by 18,000. I guess that might mean that maybe my clients need to be sending me first class more often.
First
But
class, maybe you gotta fly 90 times a year. Come on,
yeah. So they're just kind of, yeah, no, flying for work is definitely not glamorous anymore. I mean, it's, yeah, it's part of it. It's, whew. But we'll see. I'm curious to see what they come back on to see.
yeah.
They've got to find some sort of middle ground there.
But these lounges are big time. I know we're running short on time here, but lounges like American Express Centurion lounges and the Delta
Yeah.
lounges, all these people want to get into them. So
Actually, I think we should have a future guest on here who I interviewed on Travel Redefined a while back, who knows all the ins and outs of these frequent flyer programs and the loyalty and rewards programs and how they actually make money. They actually make more money than the airlines themselves.
oof, let's get them in
Yeah.
here. I would love to learn this.
Yeah, right? No, it's so cool because as I sit there in the Sky Lounge looking at me, I'm like, that's a lot of food costs going to these people. How
And
is it
beverage
possible?
costs.
Yeah,
Mhm.
exactly. So we will definitely work on having that because I think it's super eye-opening and not something that we all know about. So yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. All right. So last little thing here. Goodness gracious. I know. Steve is like, oh my gosh, the political stuff. Actually, you know what? We don't have time for that. I think that we should go right into our real-time recap. How about that?
Let's do it.
Let's do it. Real-time recap. Boom, boom, boom. We need music for this. You do
I
not
like
need
it.
me
You, a
doing
great sound effect.
do-do-do. Do-do-do. Okay. Oh gosh, I swear I've had so much coffee. Okay, real-time recap. Steve, what did you experience out there in the field this week? Or would you
All
like
right.
to-
So this time the hospitality came from a different location.
Yeah.
And my family and I went to go see Paw Patrol, the movie. All right.
Cute.
Mighty Pups
Very
for the
cute.
kids at the Silver Spot Cinema here in Miami.
Oh
And
my
what I
God.
love about it is, man, I really enjoy when you're getting served food. They take your order at the seat,
Mhm.
bring you a glass of wine, a meal that is definitely a level up from, a basic restaurant. And I get to
Wait.
hang out and watch Paw Patrol with a glass of Pinot Noir, a delicious meal while the kids are having a good time.
Okay, wait, hold on. I want to just draw attention to the fact that you watch Paw Patrol with
Oh,
some
yeah.
wine.
Oh, yeah. Big time. Big time movie now. It was very interesting, the plot after the first
Oh.
glass of wine.
Well, I'm sure. I think always those movies, there's so many layers to it as well too, that especially as an adult, you're picking up on so many things that the kids aren't.
Yes, but not this one. More of the Pixar ones. This one, it was good. Shout out to Paw Patrol. Good job.
Woo woo! Awesome. No, I love that. I actually have a couple friends that work in some of the movie theaters here, so always really fascinating to find out a little bit more of the operations
Mhm.
viewpoint from some of like the biggest theaters, like here in Los Angeles. Fascinating, really fascinating. Wow, do they have to put up with a lot? So I will just say
But
that.
yeah, watch them. Listen, I was impressed because not only were people like talking to them a little bit aggressively sometimes, they handled it very well. They brought
Mhm.
things out on time. They cleaned up quickly after the movie to
Mhm.
get ready for the next one. So I could
Yeah.
just watch the operation happening. So shout out to Silver Spot.
Yeah, no, definitely shout out to them. I'm gonna do another shout out to the Lapeer Hotel where I'd stayed at a couple weeks ago. I ended up going back actually last night, had an event there, and I will say it
Were
was
you
so
playing? What were you playing? You were playing a sport, I saw. Is that
I
what I
was
saw
playing
online?
pickleball. For anybody that wants to know, you can go to my Instagram and see all about me playing pickleball. I even did it in heels. So,
Ooh.
because you gotta keep it classy. But they had for the summer, and they will be taking it down, but they had a pickleball court up on their rooftop and they called it the disco court. So it's super fun theme. It's been busy all summer. And what a clever way to just like add something a little bit different. It's been really, really popular. But it was so cute because I went back and like the different people at the hotel were like, oh my God, I remember you. You were just here. And again, you know, like I felt at home and I was just attending an event on the roof. And they just did a phenomenal job. So something as simple as somebody being like, "Oh, welcome back." Or I mean, in this particular case, they were like, "Oh, we have your photo on our Instagram feed right now." It's very cute, by the way. I'm like, oh, but but again, it was very it was felt really welcoming. So that was such a great thing to be like, okay, I feel at home even in my own city. So
I can see you making sound effects while you play pickleball too, like bam, boom.
call me Steffi Graf. I'm kidding. Just kidding. But it is fun. I still don't know all the rules specifically, but I think I learned last night that you actually have to serve from the grass, and I'm like, okay. But
Careful, you got a lot of pickleball fans out here. They'll come after you.
Oh no. I'm a fan. I just haven't been like officially
Okay,
trained.
just making sure.
I just
Save the notes, all you pickleball fans. Don't send in your notes. We're fans. We love it.
Send me the invite, okay? Send the invite, not the note, and then you can teach me in person. All right.
Thousands of invites are now coming to you. Thousands of invites are going to be sent your way.
Thank you. Please do. And if it's in another location, I'll make my way to you. All right. So our hospitality quote today is: quality is never an accident. It is always the result of intelligent effort, by John Ruskin. What are your thoughts on this?
Listen, I love this because it really is true. The quality is when you're truly focused in on what you're doing, and you're doing it consistently every single day. And I think this is a great way of saying it, because you really have to think about it.
Yeah.
Put in intelligent effort, not wasting time on different things, but really thinking about the effort you're going to put in to make sure it is quality. I love that.
Totally. I do too. And what I loved specifically was like this notion of intelligent effort. You put thought to it. It's not just being like, oh, well, we kind of have some things in place and like hoping for the best, because we all know you can't just hope for the best, that your employee is going to do the right thing at the right time, etc. So you have to put the proper tools in play, whether it is training, whether it is giving your employees like, okay, you have this leeway that you can offer XYZ if you think it'll make a difference for a guest. So different things like that empower your employees so that they feel confident. They take ownership in the place that they are working at, and then they can intelligently navigate the system and or navigate the experience and offer something to really make it special. And that's the quality aspect. It's always quality over quantity.
So are you saying we should send this quote to Delta just to make sure they're thinking about it?
We'll
send it to them after. Okay.
I'll send it personally. Yeah, that me. I'll be with my little like, yo, Delta Diamond girl. I'm kidding. Apparently, me being Diamond is not special. So, noted. Wow. Well, we covered a lot this week.
Yes, we did. We covered a lot. 30 minutes has flown by. And we always love talking with all of you out there. We appreciate all the comments of you all sharing everything. So make sure you keep doing it. If there's any questions or topics that you'd like us to cover next week, send it in. We're always looking to give you the most value out there.
100%. And we will have music next week.
And one more shout out to Sojo, amazing amenities for scaling your operations with thought. Quality, right? Intelligent effort. It makes that quality happen with Sojo.
That's so perfect. And a reminder as well, too, we've got the GMC report, which is for on the Good Morning Hospitality site. So you've got goodmorninghospitality.com/the GMC report. There's some dashes in there, but we'll make sure that we'll share that link as well, too. So definitely sign up for that. And of course, if you like this episode and you want more, or you want to be reminded every week, be sure to subscribe wherever you listen to your favorite podcast, be it on Apple, Spotify, wherever. So this has been fun.
This has been awesome. Always love hanging out with you on our Wednesday mornings. It makes my entire week. And with you all listeners too, I love seeing your names and faces every week. Keep coming back.
Keep coming back. Let us know. Send us your questions. Or, hey, if you've seen something interesting, send us a DM and be like, you should talk about this next week, because we'll listen. All right. Well, that's it for today.
Till next week. We'll see you then.
Bye.
Want to stop juggling spreadsheets, calendars, and a dozen apps just to run your rentals? Logify makes it easy. It's an all-in-one toolkit for hosts. Build a direct booking website, automate guest messaging, and keep all your channels in sync. Running your rental business your way has never been simpler. And for Good Morning Hospitality listeners, you can get 20% off any yearly plan with code GMH20. Just check the link in the show notes to get started today.